Hello there, welcome to another video by RA Solutions. In this video what I'm going to do is show you how to put in grades for pupils based on the exam results and the scores they've got here. So it's going to look at the value in this lookup table here, and based on the score here for each pupil, it's going to put in the corresponding grade in here very quickly and very easily. Before I continue, please like, subscribe and share. So before I continue, just want to let you know this information here, the pupil names for GDPR, is just dummy data in here. So these records here up to 100 and so on and so forth are dummy data, and these scores are made up out of 100. So they've done an exam, they've got these scores in the exam, raw scores. I want to do, my task is to convert those scores looking at this lookup table here into actual grades, and it's very easy to do this. So it's not a case of manually putting the grades in here, it's a case of using a formula, and the formula we're going to do today, or we'll use, is the equals lookup formula. So it's a lookup formula, a function we're going to use actually. So the first thing you do when you do a formula, you go into the first cell where you're going to apply the formula with the lookup function, is equals, then we're going to type in lookup like this. Now there's various types of lookups. There's the H lookup, there's V lookup, there's X lookup here. We're just going to simply use the lookup formula here because we've got the lookup table already here. We've got the data here of the scores. So double click on lookup, and it's the first option we're going to choose. So we're going to look up the value, and we're going to highlight this, look up that value there. So that's our prompt. So we're going to look up this first value, and then we're going to put a comma on our keyboard. Then we're going to look up the vector. So basically we're going to look up this value against the first column of this lookup table here. So I want to select everything in that first column in my lookup table. Because I want the same values to be selected all the time, we're going to put in absolute cell referencing, because I don't want those values to move or what it's looking up here. So we're going to apply absolute cell referencing. That means it's going to look up these values every single time. So it's not going to move or differ in terms of the values. It's going to look up those values every single time. So it's dollar. Before the B, we put a dollar sign, and before the number 2 here, B2, in that cell reference, we put a dollar sign there. We do the same after it. So it's looking at the value from B2 here to B6 here. So $B here again to B6 here. After the number 6, we put a comma. Now what the formula is actually doing is looking up that value against this table here. It's looking against this row, column here, sorry, and see where 60 fits in this column. Now the end result is basically we want it to display what's in this column here of this lookup table. So that's where the result vector bit comes in. So we want to highlight everything in that column there, in that lookup table, and again the same process we need to apply to this. So it's going to be adding absolute cell referencing because we don't want it to look elsewhere. Highlight that, go into the first cell here just before the C. So it's dollar C, $2, and the same afterwards, $C, $6. So again, every time it's going to look into this column. So it's not going to be looking elsewhere. It's just every time it's going to be looking here, because we're going to copy this formula down, and every time we copy that formula down, it's going to reference this table and these columns here. So the output is anything from this column here, and that's the result vector there. So when we're happy with that formula, we do bracket closed, and we simply type in enter. And this person Faith, because she's got a 60, so it's looked in this column here, see what that score is appropriate to, 60, and the corresponding grade to 60 is a D. So that's exactly what she's got. Now you don't have to do the formula again. There is a simple way of copying and pasting the formula down. Highlight the first cell. When you've highlighted the first cell, move over to the bottom right hand corner of that cell until your cursor changes to a black cross, and you just double click on your mouse, and what it's done, it's just copied the formula to all the columns below it. So we can check one. Let's choose Julian 92. They got in this exam and the corresponding grade is an A. Let's go back up to the lookup table. 92 is in fact, because it's higher than 90, it's in fact an A. So let's choose one more. Althea 49, and now in my data it's come up with NA. Because it's less than 50, anything less than 50 is going to be a U, so I'll need to add that later on into my spreadsheet, into my table. So the FY, anything that comes up with NA is going to be a U, ungraded. Let's choose one more. Ishmael 68, they got in their exam, which is a D. So let's go up again. 68, it was below 70. It's in fact a D, which is spot on there. So that's just a quick and easy way of applying the lookup table into this spreadsheet, and I virtually did this within the last 5 minutes. So, you know, saving you enough time, saving you lots of time actually, improving your productivity at work, especially if you've got a huge whole host of spreadsheets to apply this formula to work out the grade. And obviously you can change this lookup formula to use the new 1 to 9s in there as well, or even vocational grades of past merit distinctions in there, level 2, level 1. You can apply those in there as well. I hope this video has helped you. Please like, subscribe and share.